I was just looking at that like, oh, and so it takes time. So, all right. Good morning, everybody. It is 10 a.m. and I should be live in several places. And this morning thus far, um, I'm just excited to be here. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to share this information with you guys. It's a beautiful Thursday in this beautiful city of Atlanta, Georgia. September 11th. So today is September 11th. So I know a lot of people are honoring their fallen today. September 11th is the day in Q was in South Africa, you guys. So she's my assistant. And so I want you guys to know that today is the day that we honor when the Twin Towers were taken down on September the 11th. And so it's a day of memorial for us. Even when we don't officially take it off, it's still kind of a day of a memorial. So anyway, I'm so excited to be alive and presenting this information on today because so many people changed their lives after that tragic event on September 11th. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump in. So I am going to share my screen and let's see. Okay, Q, for the sake of the recording, if you would take yourself off camera so that my side will record me only, I think. Yeah. Okay, now is it not recording me? Okay. All right. And so for anybody who's out there, welcome, 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 listening live, and I'm getting ready to share my screen. Okay. All right. So today we are talking about, I'm so excited to present this information, the real reason entrepreneurial struggle and how to stop it. And so I am so passionate about helping couples and specifically entrepreneurial couples because the struggle is real. And we're going to talk more about that throughout this presentation. So, for those of you out there who are entrepreneurs or you just feel like you're a small business owner, the struggle in being in a relationship is time versus money. The time we have to put in the money, and those are the two biggest things that cause divorces. And being in a business, working with your partner in a business, the conversation is all about time and money. How much time are you putting in the business? Do we need to put more time in the business? How much time are we putting in the family? Do we need to put more time in the family? And then money. And so having I call business a pressure cooker, really. And so having all of that collide inside the pressure cooker of a business and a marriage is a lot. So I imagine that some of you guys are here today because you want more joy in your marriage. So if anybody is feeling like, hey, we used to be so happy, we're not happy anymore. And you could use more joy in your marriage. Pop a joy in the chat for me. Just the word joy. Yeah, yeah. I get that because joy is one of those things that makes life worth living. So I get that. Some of you guys, I'm thinking you're here because you want to be happy. You're not feeling happy anymore. And there was a time when you woke up because you were happy. You woke up with a smile on your face. And that's not the case anymore. So if that's you, you're in the right place. Put happy in the chat for me, just so we know that you're here and that's what you're looking for is more happiness in your relationship. Okay, great, 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 great. All right. Now, some of you guys are here because you want a deeper connection with your partner. Y'all had a deep connection. That's why y'all got married. And that connection has eroded, it has dwindled. And so you want that deeper connection back when you guys can finish each other's sentences. So if that's you and you specifically want a deeper connection, put deeper in the chat, the word deeper in the chat. Yeah. All right. And I get that. I get that. So that feeling connected to somebody, having your purpose connected to theirs, that makes for such richness in life. Now, this is a hard one. I know some of you guys are here because you're just tired of arguing. You and your partner are arguing all the time, and it's wearing on you. And that doesn't feel good to have just that constant like arguing. You're scared to talk, you're scared to say anything, you're scared to express yourself. You want to get some needs met, you can't because you're arguing all the time. All right. And so if you're here because you want less arguing, pop less in the chat. Just the word less. I just want less arguing. If we could just not argue for 3 days, 2 days, if we could not argue for one day, that would be such a blessing in your life. Yeah, do that. All right. Now, some of you guys are here, or you may be here because you don't feel aligned with your partner anymore. It feels like you guys are ships passing in the night. Y'all aren't working on the same projects. Y'all don't have the same goals. It almost can feel like you're not even friends anymore. You feel like you don't know your partner anymore, what they're trying to do, and they don't know you. And that's the harder thing when we feel like we live with somebody and they don't know us. So if you're looking for alignment and you're hoping that this conversation today can help you get back toward alignment, that's one of the things that we're going to do today is talk to you about alignment. So pop alignment in the chat for me. Alignment in the chat for me. Excellent job. Yeah. Okay. And this last one, some of you guys just want peace. You're a little older, you're a little wiser, you just want peace. And so I don't know if you guys remember Chris Rock did a special with Gail from CBS Morning Show, Gail King, and he was like, Gail, I just want peace. I just want peace. And so if you reach that place in your life where you just want peace, put peace in the chat. Because these are things that will make us be able to get up in the morning feeling aligned with our partner, feeling at peace in our home. And I got to tell you guys, when you don't feel peace at home, it's hard to find peace anywhere, especially in this crazy world. And we want your homes to be peaceful. So put peace in the chat. Yeah. So this is what I know. High performing teams, and I'm going to substitute the word marriages here because high performing marriages don't happen by accident. They are built intentionally. Intentionally. They're built intentionally. Okay. And so that's what we're going to work on today. 3 things so that you're intentionally building a marriage that'll give you all of those things. And so I study high performing marriages and high performing teams. And we want to give you some basic tools today. All right. So let me tell you a little about who I am before we jump in. So I am Natalie A. in Elliott. I am a licensed professional counselor. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I am a certified sex therapist. I'm a certified business coach. I've been running my own business for 15 years now. And I've helped other therapists start and run their businesses, both brick and mortar and online. Even before this, I was in corporate America and I had my own insurance location in which I was a top salesperson for acceptance insurance. So I've been doing business, I've been doing sales all of my career, really. And now I have the unique privilege of helping entrepreneurial couples have both. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. I want to share a story with you guys of how I got here, of figuring out that entrepreneurial couples needed help. And so it's what I call my Panera Bread story because I love Panera Bread. It's like my lab. And so the Super Bowl was in Atlanta, and my partner at that time was working the Super Bowl. And he had said that his contractors or who he was working for had basically said he had to be available at all points in time. I took a step back. So when we reconvened at Panera after that week of not talking to each other, he broke up with me. And I was devastated. And I didn't see it coming. And I didn't understand how we got there. And I didn't know he was unhappy. And many of the reasons he cited is he wasn't happy with the business, he wasn't happy with the direction. He didn't feel supported by me. And yeah, I was devastated. I still feel like there's a part of me that's laying on that Panera floor because this was a two by four to the gut. I was so knocked off by this. And I didn't understand how we got there. Like I didn't understand how we got there. How was he so unhappy with the business? How was he so unhappy with us? How did we get there? And so I was already a therapist. I was already a marriage and family therapist. So this just kind of fueled me to figure out, okay, what happened? How did we get there? What happened? If this can happen to me and I'm a therapist, how many other people is this happening to? And how are we so misaligned on the business and what he wanted for the business versus what I wanted on the business? So I really went into a hyper study mode of trying to figure it out. And so from that, I figured out just what it takes to have a business and a marriage at the same time. And so now I know, and I've learned some things. Thank God I was already a marriage and family therapist, so I already knew some things but they were not being applied like they should have. So I needed a framework to apply these things, and so that's what the beginning of all of this is today. So out of that pain, out of my pain, out of being lost, I created the marital entrepreneur weekend. It's a weekend intensive. And so I looked at what I needed in my relationship. I looked at what my couples who are in business together needed in their relationship. I looked at what was working and what was not working. And so I came up with the Marriageapreneurs Weekend Intensive. It's 3 nights, it's an immersive experience because entrepreneurial couples are really, really busy. And so it's hard to get on their schedule at the same time every week. And that progress feels really slow. So I've tested it out over the years. Entrepreneurial couples need an immersive weekend. So 3 nights, 4 days, we go to a 5-star hotel so that things are taken care of for you. So that the service is excellent for you. So you can just focus on making the marriage work, making the business work, getting yourself. And we're going to talk about some very practical things that you can do today. And when my couples work with me, we do practical things that work. We teach the skills. And so, just like a high performing team has specific things that they do, marriages have specific things that they do to make sure that they're successful. And that's what we're going to do for you today. So, before I move on, I will tell you that I am in a wonderful partnership today because you got to have the end of the story. It and I think another thing I want to tell you is that breakup hijacked my business for about 2 years. I didn't move. I wasn't moving. I was going to work. I was getting work done. I was keeping the lights on, but it about 2 years. I wasn't creative. I wasn't growing. I was just healing. And so to now be in a relationship where I'm growing, where I'm thriving, where my creativity is back, where I feel supported, where he feels supported, where we're checking on and asking each other, do you feel supported? And if not, is an amazing, amazing thing. And that's what I want for you. And that's the work that we're going to start here today. And I hope that we continue that work. So, all right. So let's kind of jump into it. Okay. So first of all, you aren't making it up. Marriage is hard. Business is hard. We love them both. We want to be in both of them. All right. But doing two at the same time can feel like you're rolling a boulder uphill. And so it can feel very, very, very hard. And so you're not making it up. Both of them are hard. When they say marriages work, they weren't lying. When they said businesses work, they were not lying. And so, but we love them both and we can't see our lives going any other way. For some of you, though, it feels like the marriage and business, sorry, let me go back, are completely unaligned. So they're not aligned at all. The marriage is going one direction and it still feels like moving a boulder uphill, and the business is going in another direction and it's driving us apart. So if you're not feeling aligned, put that in the chat for me, not aligned. Because that's one of the main things that I'm going to talk about how to fix today is that alignment. All right. So just put not aligned in the chat. Let me know how many of you guys are feeling not aligned, how you feel exactly like this. The marriage and the business. The marriage and the business are not aligned. All right. Again, you aren't making it up. It is hard. Entrepreneurs have a 75% divorce rate. And we're going to talk about some simple things that you can do to bring that down so that that's not the statistic that you're living in. And again, it's because time is hard when you're an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship takes up a lot of time. Marriage takes up a lot of time. Entrepreneurship, money is funny. It causes a major argument in marriages, time and money, and like decision making, all of those things are things that can drive a couple apart if you don't have some basic things in place to keep you together. So again, you're not making it up. It is hard. A lot of entrepreneurs get divorced, 75% divorce rate. The average for the population is 50%. So entrepreneurs have such a hard time in their relationships. And that's what I'm here to fix. Like, I'm all about, I want a movement that says we can create legacy, we can keep marriages together, and we can make a lot of money at the same time. We can do both. All right. This is what I actually hear my couple say when we start at the beginning of working together. Our goals don't align and it's pulling us apart because I want this for our family and they want this for the business. Because I don't think they care about the family anymore or what we're doing in the marriage anymore. They just care about the business. And usually the person who's primarily in the business is saying, but we've got to pay the bills. I'm doing all of this for the family. And so that's a very real pain that I hear quite often. Another pain that I've heard, y'all, I got this straight out of a client's mouth. I don't mind leading, but you can't actively pull against me. And it's that feeling of I'm going one direction and you are digging your heels in and you won't come with me. And yet you're saying you want what I want. You want us to be financially stable. You want all of these things. You want the kids to be happy. And so why are you actively pulling against me? And so that doesn't feel good. Another thing that I've heard is, and this can go either way, him or her, he doesn't loop me in on decisions until it's too late to give input. And so I don't feel aligned. I don't feel like we're a partnership. I don't feel like we're together. I don't feel like we're partners, is what I quite hear quite often. We don't, like even yesterday, I was talking with a couple and we're working on partnership, the things that they can practically do to feel like partners. All right, and we're going to talk about today. And all the things that I'm going to, the three keys that I'm going to give you today, one, two, three, one, two, three. The three keys that I'm going to give you today are practical and they're going to help with all of these things. All right. So, and the last one that I hear is we're just not a team. I mean, plain and simple, we're just not a team. But there are simple things that you can do to start feeling like a team. That's it. And so we're going to talk about those simple things today that you can start to do to feel like a team. All right. All right. So pop that in the chat. If you want to be a team, pop that. I want to be on a team. Say that. I want to be on a team. I want to be on a team. I don't want to do this life alone. I don't want to do this business alone. I want to be on a team. All right. Great job. So good hearing that from you guys. All right. So, how do you do this? How do you become a team? How do you become aligned? How do you feel like you guys are peaceful? How do you feel like you're working together? Well, I developed the Maritalpreneurs 3P system. And you guys, this is based on research for high performing team and research on what makes marriages work. Okay. Three simple things. Three simple things. Put three simple things in the chat for me if you believe these can be simple things that we can do. All right. And they are having, all right, three simple things: a daily checkpoint, weekly protected time, and a quarterly pause. If you guys can master a daily checkpoint, weekly protected time, and a quarterly pause, you will see your happiness elevate, your joy elevate, less arguing, and you will feel aligned. All right, so I'm gonna say it one more time because this is what we're looking for. I've given it all to you right now: a daily checkpoint, weekly protected time, and a quarterly pause. All right. All right, so now I'm going to break those down for you and I'm going to tell you exactly what that looks like and what do you need to do. All right. A daily checkpoint is 5 to 10 minutes where just you and your partner are talking about something of common interest. So it can go anywhere from I have some couples that maybe read a Bible verse and discuss it for 5 to 10 minutes and have a quick prayer and they're done. I have some couples who read Think and Grow Rich, one page of Think and Grow Rich, have a little bit of discussion, and then they're done. I have some couples that do some meditation together and just kind of hold hands and sit quietly for 10 minutes and so that they feel connected. I have some couples that take a walk together, a 10-minute walk together on their lunch break. There's no right or way wrong to do this, but it needs to be at least 5 minutes all the way to 15 minutes. 10 is kind of ideal, and you have to do it daily at the same time every day. Daily at the same time every day. So when you do this daily checkpoint, you will find yourself feeling connected. Now, some simple rules. There's no arguing in this. There's no talking about other topics or subjects in this. This is us doing what we set out to do during this time period. Okay. So this isn't the time to bring up like, oh, you hurt my feelings. Nope. This is the time for you guys just to do what you've decided to do as your daily checkpoint. This is just us coming together for the sake of being together. Okay. Now, again, it can be anything. If you guys want to stand on your head together for 10 minutes in the morning, feel free to do that. Um, I just want you spending that time together with each other so that you guys feel that we're a priority and we prioritize us. I prefer it be in the mornings because it sets the precedent for the day. But if it's every night, that's fine. If it's every night, that's fine. All right. So I have a client. He's a YouTuber because I want to protect confidentiality, so I'm just going to put it out there. High income earner. He works a lot. When they implemented, and his schedule can be all over the place. Uh, when they implemented, him and his partner implemented the daily checkpoint. He came back and he told me, Natalie, we're not arguing anymore. What? Really? He said, yeah, we're not arguing anymore. I was like, really? Because we hadn't even started working on you guys' arguments. Like I had that slated out for 2, 3 weeks. And he was like, yeah, this daily checkpoint is giving us the opportunity to just handle everything in a simple conversation. And so it was so nice for him to immediately feel, I think in 2 weeks, the arguments just go down to zero because now they're talking to each other every single day. They have that checkpoint. And y'all, this is a deeper thing. It's that, how many of you guys have heard of storming, norming, performing? It's a business concept that when teams come together, they go through a series of phases. When at the beginning they're storming and they're trying to figure out pecking order and who's going to do this and everybody's roles. And then they'll start to norm out. And then once they norm out, then they can really perform. Okay. This builds that norming process into the relationship so that you guys see each other as partners because we're in partners in this little itty bitty thing and just meeting 5 to 10 minutes, 5 to 15 minutes a day and doing this one specific thing. If it's holding hands and dreaming, if it's holding hands and praying, but us coming together, it 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 builds in a sense of security. It makes you feel loved. It makes you feel like a priority in your partner's life. Like this is I'm going to say a miracle worker in your relationship. So a daily checkpoint. And that could take care of your arguments right there. It'd be so good. Okay. All right. I think I just told you guys why it works, and that's the forming and norming and why it works because it really helps you guys norm out every day. All right. So let's move on. I want to talk about weekly protected time. All right. Weekly protected time is 2 to 4 hours. I need it to be at the same time every week. Okay. Now, if you have small kids, I understand that may wind up changing things as they grow and they change. And now we're taking them to school and that school and everything. or as the needs of the business change. But I want that protected time to be as consistent as possible. So every Tuesday at 2, every Friday at 8, every Monday at 9 a.m., every Friday at 7 a.m., every Sunday morning we do brunch together. So whatever it is, it has to be 2 to 4 hours. Best case scenario, half of that time is doing maintenance conversations. What do we need to do about this? What do we need to do about this? How are we doing on this? What happens on this? And then the other half of the time, just connected time. I'd like this connected time to be some type of physical touch. Okay. For some of you guys, I want that flat out to be sex. I do. I do. I'm a sex therapist as well. So I want sex to have a place. And so for some of you guys, I want it to be sex. For other guys, it might just be you guys laying in the bed naked together. For other partners, it might be us taking an extended walk or a date night together. And when I say date night, I can hear some of you guys saying, Natalie, we tried date night and date that night doesn't work for us. So let's figure out what didn't work, but how we can still have 2 to 4 hours of protected time in the weekly schedule that you are spending time one on one together. And I will say, when you have small kids and you don't have a babysitter and the business is also taking a lot of time, date nights don't work. But can we do day dates? Can we do lunch dates? Can we have an au pair come in or a mom come in or a neighbor watch the kids every Tuesday from 2 to 4 or after school or something so that we can get our 2 hours of protected time in? 2 hours of protected time may need to be from 5 to 7 a.m. in the morning. Well, we get up, we get our notebooks, we talk about all of the maintenance stuff of the relationship. How are we going to handle this? How are we going to handle this? What are you doing with this? Do you think we should be doing this? And then switching over to just the connection. So nature and nurture. Sorry, maintenance and nurture. Maintaining the relationship conversations half the time can be dedicated to that. And then nurturing the relationship, which is we put everything down and we just hug, or we just talk, or we just be together, or we just give each other back rubs. And so this weekly protected time, again, this is going to make you feel like you and your partner are connected. You and your partner know what's going on in each other's lives. You and your partner are aligned. So it's just that simple. Okay. When my couples start doing this, they raise their marital satisfaction rate by 50% because my partner now know what's going on with me and I now know what's going on with them. We feel like partners again. So if you want your marriage to start feeling different immediately, you've got to implement this. You've got to implement this today. And you guys, it has to be consistent. Same time, same place every day. So we can get this into the marriage muscle memory. All right, say that with me. Everybody, let's put that in the chat. Marital muscle memory or marriage muscle memory. Okay. And so if it's in the marriage muscle memory, then every Monday at 9 a.m., once we drop the kids off, every Tuesday at 2, every Thursday at 3, that this is what we do. We are together and we're talking about these things. So nothing catches us unaware or off guard, that we're always on top of it because we have these meetings. You guys, this is a key component of high performing teams. High performing teams meet consistently, whether they have anything to meet about or not. Because oftentimes when we have nothing to meet about, when we can't think of it, is when we have a breakthrough conversation or creativity comes through. All right. Pop creativity in the chat for me. And let me tell you guys, I have a coach. And there are some days that I show up to coaching and I have nothing that I think I need to be coached about. But when I show up to that meeting and I'm ready to be active and aware and listening and have a conversation, however it may go, I have some type of breakthrough. I get some type of clarity. I get some type of improvement. And that's what I want for you. That I want a weekly meeting where we're talking about stuff half the time and then we're nurturing each other half the time. So it's like put the books down, put the notebooks down, put that stuff down. Now let's just hug. Now let's just connect. Now just lay here naked and watch a sitcom on TV for 30 minutes and laugh with each other. All right. And having those two in the relationship, the maintenance conversation and the nurturing conversation, that's going to have you feel aligned. It's going to have you feel connected. It's going to have you feel like a team. These simple things, you guys, will make you amazingly efficient. It will make you a high performing marriage. It really will. I promise you it will. All right. So here we go again, because I want you guys to get these points. So we're talking about the daily checkpoint, which is 5 to 15 minutes, a weekly protected time, 2 to 4 hours. And then this last one, the quarterly pause. All right, let's talk about what the quarterly pause is. Okay, wait a minute. Before I want to go to the quarterly pause, I want you guys to know, y'all know how these webinars work. There's always an offer. And so my offer is for you to book a clarity call with me. So on this clarity call with me, it is a free 30-minute call where we're going to talk about your biggest challenge in your marital relationship or in your business or how they kind of combine. And we're going to come up with a solution. You're going to walk away with that from something practical you can do to help correct that problem. Okay. I have been doing this for 20 years. I have had breakthrough conversations with people in 30 minutes. We can do this. And I am here to help you. All right, so go online right now to marriageclarity.com, marriageclarity.com. Q, if you'll put that in the chat, because I'm going to leave the screen and I want to make sure people have it. And this again is marriageclaritycall.com, marriageclaritycall.com. Then you will be able to book that clarity call with me. That's free, and you will get me for 30 minutes paying attention to your life and helping you figure out a solution. So this is what I've noticed. Is it's hard for us to see our own backside. And where we're in the middle of a mess, we can't see how to fix the mess. And y'all, we all need help. We all need somebody to look at us, to look at our situation from a different viewpoint and vantage point and give us some information. So you're not making it up. Marriage and business is hard. You're not making it up. And so get the help and support you need. And I'm here to help and support you. All right. So now let's talk about the quarterly pause. Now, I put monthly on here because if your marriage is in crisis now and you guys are needing to bring it back from the brink of total destruction, then you will need to do this monthly until you guys feel like, okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. And you'll feel like you're doing good when y'all meet monthly and everything is totally aligned and you're no longer having alignment conversation. If it's still like, yep, nope, we know we got that. We know we got that. We're doing that. Yep, we're working on that. Then you can slow down and get to quarterly. But you've got to meet at least quarterly. You've got to meet at least quarterly. Okay. So I want you to have this thing. I want you to think about pause and grow rich. Pause and grow rich. And what the quarterly pause does, it helps you to get realigned with the family, with the business, so that you're making more and more money, so that your goals are aligned, so that you're checking on each other. So one of the biggest things that has people make more money in business is focus. When you're an entrepreneur, though, okay, I got to tell y'all a hard truth. You ready? Okay, come in close. Entrepreneurs are terrible at focus because we like new and shiny. It's just the truth. It is just what it is. So, this quarterly pause helps you not chase the new and shiny. It helps you stay focused so that you can grow. If you talk to the head of Starbucks and the head of Microsoft, they will tell you that focus, because I read it in an article, they will tell you that focus is one of the number one things. There's books on focus. But how is a couple with 20,000 things going, how do you stay focused? It's with a quarterly pause. It's every quarter, we're looking at our vision. We have a vision statement. Every quarter, we're looking at our mission because we have a mission statement. Every quarter, we're looking at our goals. We're making sure our goals are still in alignment with the business. every quarter we're saying what happened over the last quarter and how do we make it better? How do we improve? What do you need? Are the kids not doing well? What do we need to support the kids? And how does that impact what we're doing for the business? I need you to be on 20 sales calls this week. And you're also saying that our kid now needs to go to summer camp. And so, what does that mean for sales? What does that mean for time? This is when you talk about it, when you have that quarterly pause. It is like the equivalent to a football team. It's fall in Georgia, y'all. It's football time. It's football season. So it is the equivalent to a huddle. This is what we're going to do. This is how we need to change. This is how we need to transform. Um, and you guys, what I'm going to do for you guys is I haven't done it yet. Okay. But I need to create questions for you guys so you know what you need to answer and talk about during this quarterly pause because I wanted to be consistent. I wanted you to do the same time. Now, these are my requirements for the quarterly pause. You must leave your house. You cannot have the kids with you during the quarterly pause. It needs to be a minimum of 4 hours. I would prefer you go to like Panera or Atlanta Bread Company, Starbucks, some place where you can sit and talk for 4 hours so that you guys are strategically going through everything. This is our family mission. This is our family values. This is our family goals. This is what we are currently working on this quarter. This is what we think we need to work on next quarter. This is how it aligns in the larger vision that we have for ourselves. We are now working on your goal and not this goal. We're doing this and not this. So all of these things is what I want you working on and talking about in the quarterly pause. So, all right. If you're on here and it's live and I don't know that you're on here, DM me for this document and I'll create this document and get it to you today. DM me on LinkedIn. If you're listening to me on YouTube, go find me on LinkedIn and DM me on LinkedIn so I can get this information to you. I'm going to get this created today. So, okay. All right. All right. Out of the top 10 reasons that teams fail, number 2 is lack of a common purpose or goal. So the quarterly pause fixes that. The quarterly pause, I'm sorry, my words got tongue tied. It makes a team have purpose or common goal. And then you're reviewing it every quarter. So you're always very aware of what our purpose and what our common goal is. And I love that for a quarterly pause. I love that. And again, you guys, I study what makes great marriages and what makes great teams. And I have combined that into things that will work for you. And this is one of the things. That's why we do the quarterly pause so that we can ensure that you guys are working on a common purpose and a common goal. Okay. Okay. All right. Moving on down. When I had a couple, and I'm going to call them the docs to maintain confidentiality in this. I had a couple. And in this couple, once they started doing the quarterly pause, they said, we finally feel aligned. We finally feel like we're on the same page. And that is the power of the quarterly pause. And then when you put them all three together, the daily checkpoint, the weekly protected time, and the quarterly pause, now you guys will see yourself skyrocket. In like the business will skyrocket. And kind of it's kind of like the old people like we're cooking with Crisco now. Like bringing all of those things together, feeling aligned, doing your checkpoints, all of these things. These are going to take time and you're going to feel like you're slowing down. And so, one of the things that I want you to focus on and what I want you to know is out of atomic habits, it's you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your system. So, when you put these systems in place, and I know you entrepreneurs have seen the power of a system. I'll give you a quick example. In my business, I have to notarize documents frequently. and I didn't have a system in place. So it was wrecking my week. Every time it happened, it wrecked my week. It threw something off. I forgot something. It was terrible. I wasn't showing up well. When I put a system in place, now those things work smooth like butter. It now the notary documents come to me already notarized for my signature. When you put a system in place, you become more efficient and you become more powerful, you become more professional, and you are free to make more money. And that's what we want. We want a system that works for your marriage, that supports your business, for your business that supports your marriage. That's what we want, and that's what it's going to do. Now, again, the offer that I'm giving you guys today is for you to book a clarity call for me, a marriage clarity call with me. In this clarity call, we're going to talk about your number one challenge and we're going to come up with a solution for you. And we'll also see if it makes sense for you to do some more work with me. But let me help you first. Let me help you and get your marriage feeling better. But I got to tell you guys, if y'all do these three things, if you don't do anything else and you do these three things, your marriage is automatically going to feel better. If I had an argument with you yesterday, and you guys, I've had couples who've had arguments and not talked to each other for 3 months. If I had an argument with you yesterday, but we still show up for our daily checkpoint today, we're talking, we're in relationship again, and now the argument is something we have to address, but it doesn't affect the relationship. That's the power of the checkpoint. It will keep the relationship from hemorrhaging when there's a breach because we have that daily checkpoint. So even though I'm mad at you, I'm going to show up to the checkpoint, which is why the checkpoint should be like a prayer together, or us reading the book together, or us meditating silently together, or us just sitting in silence and holding hands together. Like it needs to be something that we do together that's integral to our lives. So therefore we can build on it. So even when I'm arguing with you, I can show up to the checkpoint. Even when I'm pissed at you, I can show up to the checkpoint. Even when I'm hurt by you, I'm committed to showing up to the checkpoint. That's going to create a marriage muscle memory. Marriage muscle memory. I love that term. I just came up with that today, you guys. But it's going to create a marriage muscle memory that's going to create resilience. So this is what we know. We know dementia clients that can't remember what they did yesterday. But once they start taking a walk every morning, that even though they don't know where that is, their muscle memory will have them take that walk exactly and make it back home. That's the power of doing something daily and doing it consistent. So give your marriage muscle memory. Give it something that it can hold on to, and that so no matter what, we can come back and be partners again. This is what I want for you. And I got other things that I have for you guys. So go online right now to Marriage Clarity Call right now and book a clarity call with me. When I've worked with my couples, I've heard them say things like this. And you guys, this is literally words that came out of my couple's mouth. We have a sex life now, which y'all know is a sexy episode makes me so happy, especially when that was not the goal. But it was just a couple I was helping with some communication skills. We have a sex life now. Do you know how good that feels? Especially if you've been with a partner and y'all haven't had sex in over a year. Y'all haven't had sex in 5 years. Y'all haven't had sex. The couple that I've helped the most had not had sex in 20 years. Now, y'all, that was not an overnight fix. We had a lot of things to fix in the relationship, but we can get you back. So you can be now one of my people that says we have a sex life, and say it with a smile and joy. Okay. Another couple said after we worked together, I got my partner back. Like, oh, I miss them. I got my partner back. And so that's so nice to hear, to know that this person who you loved, who you've missed, is in your life again. So I love it. I got my partner back. All right. Another thing that I heard is, which just fills me with joy, we're having fun together again, building the business. And that's what I want. I want building a business to be fun. And for most entrepreneurs, it is fun. It can be stressful at times, but we like it. which is why it's hard for us as entrepreneurs to walk away from the business for the marriage. We like business. We like growing. We like scaling. We like doing all of these things. And we love our marriage. And so when I can get couples having fun together again, oh my God, it makes me so happy. And it makes them happy, to have your partner back, to have your best friend back, to be able to laugh and talk. Like, it's gonna make them so happy. All right. So, all right, that is it. That is all that I have for you guys today. I was so glad to make this presentation to you and for you. I can't wait to work with you to help you get the marriage that you want. I don't want anybody on that Panera floor where part of me it still is. I gotta admit, like I'm happy now and I love my partner now, but being on that Panera floor hurts. I don't even know if I've been back to that particular Panera yet, but I don't want anybody to feel like that. So book a marriage clarity call with me now, marriageclaritycall.com. Go there and book that now. And we're going to talk and we're going to figure out how to help you. Help you. And I really want to say stop hemorrhaging because it can feel that detrimental to the life of the marriage sometimes when we aren't handling these problems and things. So, one of the things I will say is the slower you go, the faster you get there. So slowing down to do some marriage coaching, slowing down to put these three things in place in your life will help you get and reach your goals faster. Because if a couple is arguing, do you know how much time and energy that's sucking away from their creativity? It's hard to be hurt. It's hard to be angry and be creative at the same time in business. And so if you guys slow down and put these things in place, the daily checkpoint, the weekly protected time, the quarterly pause, if y'all put those things in place, even though it may seem like it's slowing you down because it's taking time away from the business, you will realize that you'll get to where you're going faster. So, all right, that's it. If you would come over and join us in the Marriagepreneurs Facebook group, just Google it. I mean, just find it on Facebook, Marriagepreneurs Facebook group. I can't wait to see you there and answer any of your questions there. And that's it. I'm done for the day. And again, if you're on here, DM me and on LinkedIn. DM me on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn most of all, and I'll be able to catch that and catch us in the Facebook group, in the Marriagepreneurs Facebook group. And we will get the information you need to you. We are here to support you and help you. All right. All right, guys. If y'all don't have any questions, that's it. And I'm out for today.